Hey YouTube, it's Cal from Bike Guys 428 coming at you here. Today we're going to do an overview of the 2013 Polaris Sportsman 400 HO. HO standing for high output. This is our newest bike in our stable, and it's going to be replacing the 1998 Yamaha Big Bear 350. It's the red one you've seen in some of our other videos, riding at Byron's farm and stuff like that. So that thing was long due to be replaced. It had solid rear axle, and we just replaced the U-joint because it was worn out. You hear the squeaking really bad in some of the videos. So anyway, this thing's bigger, better, badder, stronger, everything, just better. So we're gonna start up front with the instrument cluster first. You got your American miles per hour speedo, and then inside your Canadian or European or UK or whatever kilometers an hour on the inside, which we use. And then you got all your potential lights, battery light, check engine light. I'll show you those again. And all the gears you can be in. The gears are selectable by down here. This little lever here, all you do is move it around and you can see the light goes with it. You also have over here selectable all-wheel, on-demand all-wheel drive. You have over here 2x4 on this side. Switch it over to 4x4, and then an indicator light comes on to show you that. So we can turn that off. We're gonna move here. You got your choke. Now this thing's really good. It barely ever needs choke unless we're not using it for a couple weeks and come back. You might need a little choke, but it's really good. Over on this side, you got your lights, low beam, high beam, off position. You got your engine kill switch, off, run, off, whatever. This is a speedo adjuster and reverse override. So if you're going backwards, you can hold that in and rip it up backwards for whatever reason may be. And then up front here, you see this button also selects your odometer, your trip meter, your tachometer, and then your hour meter. So that's kind of cool to have, and you just push and hold that to reset the trip. So that's what we got up front. Next order of business is the fuel tank. This is a 4.1 gallon or 15.5 liter fuel tank, and it's got good capacity, and there's also a fuel gauge on the instrument cluster here off to the side. You can see there we only have half a tank. Should probably do that soon. Also, we got this big, wide, comfy seat, and it's got pads here if you're a knee squeezer with a motocross background or whatever. And then you got underneath the seat air box. There's no storage under here, but we'll get to the storage in a bit. So that's that. So here we're going to be moving up to the front, and you got the front end radiator and the headlights combination. Looks really cool. And down low there you can see the factory 3,500 pound winch we got. And the switch is up here, out and in. You just turn the key on to accessory, or if it's running, and do that. There's also a freewheel or engage here, so if you just put that to freewheel, you can just pull it out yourself to whatever length you need. Now, moving on to my only gripe I have so far about this bike is underneath here. You only really need to turn it off for trailering because the carburetor is so good, but the fuel petcock is under here and it's not attached to anything. So you have to wedge your hand up in there, get all dirty, and find it. And there it is, that red thing under there. Don't even know if you can see it, it's so far back there. And that's just a quarter turn off and on. There's no reserve, so you just got to keep an eye on your fuel gauge. So that's that for that. Now also up here we got great storage. It also has these really nice latches, and you can put padlocks on either side, so it is considered a locking storage box, I guess. So under here you got a nice rubber gasket to keep everything waterproof. Drain plugs if you do get water in it. There's 4 of those, 2 here and 2 over there. And this is where I keep my ATV trail map, Algonquin West ATV Club. Shout out to them. And we're gonna move on to the back of the bike now. So back here we have your tail lights, and they are also brake lights. I can activate those for you. Another weird thing I find is the foot brake, which only activates one of the rear drums, so it's not that useful unless you combine them all. That doesn't activate the rear tail lights, which is different. But anyway, you also have here rear storage, which is handy to have another rubber gasket to keep it waterproofed. And then you got A-arm protectors here, and then muffler. Hitch receiver, it comes stock with a receiver. You just have to put this on. And then the great, awesome independent rear suspension. It works great. You can see it moving around there. Goes through mud and stuff like that, no problem. We got a little personal twist. It's hung nicely with a nice pair of Bosack right here, chromed out, real nice. Just for a little bit of fun. Those drag through the mud, and it's a good laugh. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out our video. Stay tuned for more on Bike Guys 428. We're gonna have some riding videos with this up soon. Trails in the Algonquin West ATV Club. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.